Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play that game, My Dear Hatchet Man. Last time we went off, we started on day 1, so I squeezed my eyes shut, feeling attacked by this bright glow of the sun. It's bright today, too bright today. I walked to the other side of the road, frisking to the overgrown forest again. I stuffed my phone into my pocket. It would be any use since my service wouldn't reach the middle of the woods. I looked for the familiar path, trying to remember exactly where the guy wanted to meet. He was pretty vague at the details. Told me simply to meet him in the woods. Not gonna lie, it just hit me how sketchy that sounded. If I fell into a daze, walking until everything around me looked strange. Well, that didn't take long. I guess I'd just have to sit back and wait for him to find me. Oh, he actually came. I heard his voice again. It sounded almost a disbelief. I turned around to face him. His eyes were wide, but a smile slowly formed. He seemed happy to see me. You thought I was gonna ditch you or something. Well, maybe. He laughed nervously under his breath, scratching the back of his neck. Like I said, I owe you one, and I want my snacks. I can't turn down an offer like that. I got a chuckle out of him, easing him more and more into the conversation. It soon subsided again in awkward silence. I shifted my eyes around, trying to think of what to say next. Oh, I didn't catch your name, stranger. I didn't throw it. He stuck his tongue out. Laugh. I couldn't help but laugh, trying my best to stifle it. Are you serious? Jeez, dude. Just tell me your name. I struggled to finish my sentence, even now that every vowel would be interrupted by my laughing fit. It wasn't even the clever or funny. Alan. Alan? Yep. Alan Oren. Constance Oat I Vermont the Third. Is that really your full name? I squint my eyes at him. Nope, it's just Alan Oren. Oh, you're already lying to me. I couldn't believe you, Alan. I shot back at him in a snarky tone. Alan proceeds to place his arms behind his back, flashing his wire-sharp teeth. Are you gonna tell me your name, Doe Eyes? He leans in, not too close for comfort, but enough that I couldn't take a good look at his features. He had scars on both sides of his cheek. They were small, and one looked like a marked X on his face. His shaggy hair had bleached tips at the end. Then my eyes fall into his strangely directly at me, like some new creature he discovered. Both of them are different in color. I couldn't help but feel a chill run down my spine. It seemed creepy, but also familiar. I was staring at him again. Oh, Digital Wave. Pleasure to meet you, Digital Wave. Alan's hand reached out to shake mine, and I'd gladly take it. So, about those snacks. I grinned mischievously as soon as he brought up the topic of snacks. That's exactly what I was here for. Okay, I'm gonna put my glasses on. Alright, we should go get some. There's a convenience store around the food box, right? I go there from time to time. And I would assume you know your way around the woods, right? Hopefully? Alan chuckles, sensing my anxiety about being able to get out of the forest. You seem to get lost easily, huh? What would you do without me, Doe Eyes? He keeps calling me that, even after I told him my name. It flattered you. It weirded you out. I'd say it flattered me. My face turns red. My eyes shift around, and I begin to laugh. I was merely trying to brush off his comment. Come to think of it, I did find him to be cute. There was a beat of silence.
All right.
I'll lead the way. Go. We both walked together, or more like I followed wherever Alan walked. On occasion, he would stop and mutter to himself under his breath. I could have sworn I heard him counting the trees, pulling out them before smiling at me, and began to walk again. It made me curious about just how he seemed to know where we were, despite how far we walked. It also looked the same to me. It was starting to scramble my brain. So what's your whole thing here? Huh? I mean, I'm assuming you live on your own here. Not anywhere in town. It's none of my business, but how come no one has ever told me about you? And looks up to the sky, giving off some thought to my question, and his arms drooped side to side as he walks. He doesn't appear to be slowing down. I guess no one really acknowledges me or knows that I live here. Everyone just kind of keeps to themselves here, which I appreciate. Wait, do you not have any friends? Alan shakes his head. Nope, the most faces I've seen around here, I visit the stores to restock on food. Family? There was a small pause, but Alan didn't stop walking. Left them a long time ago. Oh, dunno, I figured that I lived better off by myself. No one bothers me. I don't bother them. So you're a hermit? Alan chuckles, scratching his cheek. You could say that. Oh, wait, back. I can say that. I'm not understanding Alan in a way, not wanting to interact with others, living peacefully out in the woods, and then a funny thought came to my mind. But do you realize that you are talking to me and joining in on a snack quest, right? Not very hermit-like. Did I break your zero human interaction record? Alan's eyes watched onto mine, his lips tugging a smile. I guess you did. I don't mind you being my first. It didn't take long to get to the convenience store. I didn't think I minded the distance. Didn't know the conversation with someone I knew for less than 24 hours could be so distracting. The obnoxious bright lights in the store pulled me out of my trance. There's a couple of people in the store, mostly older men, getting a case of beer and students getting a quick lunch. A worker mutters welcome as we step in, not bothering to look up from their phone. Well, pick anything you want. It's on me. I pick up as soon as he said that. My eyes scan around every corner of the store, wondering what I could get. A soda? All day soda. I walk up towards the soda fountain. I was craving something more refreshing than anything, and it was pretty cheap. I looked back and saw that Alan was also scavenging around for snacks. Both of us were smiling brightly like children running amok in the aisles, not even bothering to get a basket for our collection. Alan instantly flashes a proud smile at me, holding his snack carry. Got everything you need? Yeah, let's go. Alan dropped everything onto the counter to pay, only to receive an eye roll from the cashier. They seemed like they were just wanting to be done with their shift, to clock out and go home. We quickly leave the store after paying, bags filled with a bunch of goodies. I'm already getting hungry. He mumbles out loud as soon as I drank my soda. I expected him to reach for the bags and start rummaging through our snacks, but instead he unzips his jacket and exposes a hoard of chocolate bars. I blinked confused. When did you get those? When they weren't looking. He just shoplifted. Alan pulled a chocolate bar out of his coat. His fingers fidgeted with the plastic wrapper, and he tears it open. You stole it? He then takes a bite, smiling proudly at himself.
Yes.
Yep. I said it was on me. Alan continues to munch on his chocolate, proceeding the wordlessly to finish another one out. Bop. He playfully nudges it onto the tip of my nose, terrorizing me to partake in his stolen good. I promise it'll taste better. I was a bit hesitant, but I did end up taking the chocolate and unwrapping it. It was just candy. What's going to be so special about it? That's what I thought until I ate it. Then he was right. It does taste better. I laughed at it in disbelief. Wow, you're actually right. You see? I didn't actually believe that he stole candy, but it was kind of impressive that he did it so nonchalantly and with ease. I couldn't help but feel bad that he went out of his way to grab something enough to share. Offer him a taste of your treat. It only seems fair, right? I motioned my soda towards him. I was shaking and to single Alan to indulge a bit. He tilts his head like a confused dog before getting the hit. Oh! He leans forward. I felt his hand gaze against mine, pulling me into a bit closer to take a sip. His lips smacked, and he takes a moment to savor the taste. Then his eyes gaze up to me, staring with a smirk spreading on his face. Oh, I couldn't exactly pinpoint what he was trying to say, but my heart felt like it was pounding. You have good taste, the lies. Alan then steps away, continuing to eat his forbidden chocolate. Hey, I call out before following him back to right on his trial. We kept walking for a few minutes, and our bag snacks almost emptied. The only thing left was wrappers and packaging. We seemed to have lost track of time, and I finally began to notice that the sun was about to set. It was really quiet, with only the occasional rustling of waves from the trees and the rush of the water growing louder. Martian Lake? I know, seeing that, Martian Lake. Seeing the rare, silly-looking sign on the island. During my short time here, I never visited the lake, but it was the first thing you would see when you're driving here. The crystal blue water and soft sand that almost looked pink thanks to the sunset caught my eye. Why did they name it that? There was a beat of silence, and I looked over to Alan, who seemed distracted. He was hunched over in the sand. He seemed to be looking for something. From what I heard, back in the 60s, people allegedly saw an alien walking around here. In a blink of an eye, the alien ran into the woods, and it was never seen since. Sounds like a typical Doomsburg legend. Do you believe that story? Alan stood up straight again, picking up the rock and deserving it. He simply shrugged at my question. After living here, I would believe almost anything. So you have seen some things? Gosh, you could say that. I mean, maybe he's the haunted alien. Alan tosses a stone up to the couple of times in the air before pulling it across the lake. My eyes follow it, and I was stunned. The stone skips across the water with a sudden speed, almost never stopping. I screwed my eyes, and the further and further it got until it was nothing more than a speck. Then it was gone. Ellen let out a satisfied hum, and my stomach hung over in astonishment. Search for a rock to throw. Can you teach me that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. I look up at the Ellen with hopeful eyes. Sure thing, though, eyes. Here. Alan pushes me, picking up a random stone as he did. He examined it, turning it over in his hand. You can't just use any rock. It has to be fought first. And then it gotta be a little nudge for you to place your fingers and grab onto. Then he grabs my wrist, gently handing me the rock and place it to the palm of my hand for me to hold. Now, before you do anything, people tend to throw it like a frisbee. Don't throw it with your wrist. Sling it your whole arm. I focused, taking the conversation what Alan told me. I felt a lot more confident in this throw. I take my deep breath and toss it again. I did it. It was a lot slower and didn't go as fast as Alan's, but still. I cheer and Alan gives me a thumbs up. We walked back into my place. The sun was already set, with the moon and the stars taking its place. I stretch, bending and stretching my legs. After all that walking, I had fun today. Did you now? I nod at him, approaching my doorstep and leaving Alan behind. We should do something like this again. Alan's eyes widen. He appears to be quiet for a moment. We should. I turn my door handle and open it slightly. I like how he has hearts in his eyes. See you around, Alan. Much like yesterday, as soon as I entered the house, it was as if all of my energy drained out of me. I didn't even bother to go upstairs to my bedroom. I fall onto the sofa, face first. I'm just gonna sleep here. The sound of the TV slowly drowns out the sound of my breathing. Soon, every single worry I had faded away. Thank you for playing the beta for My Dear Hatchet Man. Okay, so that was My Dear Hatchet Man. If you want my content, please subscribe below, help out, and comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.